right. It has a screw top everywhere. Hey guys, welcome to
Creative Happy Hour,
where we get drunk
on the creative possibilities
each and every week with our creative
biatches.
We're very happy because we're back together.
Yeah,
Again, it's been like kind of crazy
Shocker.
social distancing shit. First, we're going to tell you guys what we're going to be talking about today.
Yes.
Obviously, since we don't know how to do happy hour anymore and we've been like stuck with the Zoom happy hours, we thought we'd do a little refresh of like what happy hours are, what the history of happy hours are, why happy hours are fucking awesome, why it's good for bars and restaurants to do one, why it's good for you to have one at work, and why it's good for you to have one with your friends, and how to happy hour effectively so you don't come off as an asshole and so you make the best out of your happy hour. So we hope you enjoy. We're kind of renegades
Zoom
right now. Zoom
nonsense
nightmare. And we're super happy because for our first like in-person happy hour.
I know, we don't even know how to deal with ourselves.
Yeah, we don't know what to do. But thank God we were sponsored by Happy Hour Wines.
Here we are.
So we have 2 bottles to taste, which is super exciting. So Happy Hour Wines, we're starting with the Chardonnay. We're going to tell you all about it.
Yeah.
And it's screw top, which we find that very, very great.
Sophisticated.
We do. Like, you know what?
It's very civil. I can't even talk and I haven't even drank anything yet. Maybe that's the problem.
Might be the problem.
It's very civilized because
it is.
It allows you to not lose any time in your happy hour.
Yeah.
It's very efficient.
Hey, if you just have an hour, like you want to
get that bottle open
right away.
You don't need to be struggling, and especially at our age, like I already have a shoulder injury.
That's why I like going out for happy hour, because like the bartender pours you the drinks. Yeah. But if it's going to be at home, and we're going to tell you guys, well, let's taste this. But
let's taste it. But do you want me to read how it's supposed to taste and see? Or do you want to guess what?
Yeah, we're going to taste
get
this.
Your wine, get happy.
Yeah, get happy. Cheers to you, my dear. Let's check this out. Let's go. It's Chardonnay. But it's not
we don't normally drink Chardonnay.
We don't normally drink Chardonnay, and this one's clean.
This one's kind of it's kind of like almost like a Chardonnay Sauvignon Blanc almost.
Yeah, I think this is like
elements of
like I would think
Chardonnay light.
Chardonnay light. Yeah, I would call it that. Like, I think that this is a Chardonnay for people who don't really love Chardonnay, like the ones who don't want like the butter bomb. Like this is just really clean. Like I would think you can drink this.
You can just drink this at the party.
At the party, guzzle this. You can guzzle
this.
In case you guys are hearing like weird background noise, which I usually try to edit out, it's because my husband's building me a deck. Oh, by the way, just kind of cheers to the Monte Vista Social and Swim Club, which is where we were filming this today, otherwise known as my backyard. But we're putting in a stock tank pool, so my husband's been laboring with child labor. And but this is gonna be good by the stock tank pool.
Nice. Right? Yeah, this is really good. So if it was hotter out, I think it would accentuate its flavors.
You're absolutely right. I had it chilling in the fridge, but like it's clean. So what are you I taste a little bit of apple.
Definitely apple.
Right? It's rare for a Chardonnay, but I kind of feel like almost a little citrus. Almost,
there's some flowers I feel like going on in
There's a little mineral, and I think that they tend Happy Hour Wines, and you're going to read the bottle for us, but Happy Hour Wines was founded by a woman whose last name is Jolly, right?
Doesn't get better than that.
It does not
get more cheerful than Jolly.
Jolly is pretty freaking happy. So, female entrepreneur.
We love female entrepreneurs.
We do
indeed.
Know about that. We do indeed. They're very awesome in our book. Very important to us. And she started this California-based. We also are very into California.
Yes, we are. This is where we live.
This is where we live. So read more about the Chardonnay.
Okay, so Happy Hour Chardonnay 2019. Your happy hour starts right now. I love that.
It does.
Kick off your shoes, relax, and relish in the blissful taste of the crisp Chardonnay, which I would agree with.
Yeah,
with aromas of fresh apples.
Yeah. Hey.
Notes of minor lemon. Citrus.
Yeah.
Wildflower.
Oh my God.
I was gonna say wildflower honey.
We're 3 for 3.
Hello. Wildflower honey and vanilla.
Oh,
I'm not totally getting the vanilla yet.
No, we missed the vanilla.
Yeah.
Yet.
Let's face it. You sure are happy to have this in your hands.
We
so
sure
enjoy
are.
it. We sure are. Thank you, Happy Hour Wines.
Yeah, thank you very much, Happy Hour Wines, for sponsoring this episode, getting our drinks on. Oh, and I have to mention.
I love the picture.
The little retro.
50s,
yes, the retro, very Mad Men label. Yeah. They also have an augmented reality app that you can download on the App Store, and you can have fun with the label. The label talks back to you. Like,
I wonder if we can make a label with our picture.
Well,
Creative Happy Hour.
Yes, we can.
Label,
and we can just slap it on really good wine and impress people.
Ooh.
I think that'd be awesome. So yeah, so we're liking the Chard, and as we progress, we're going to pour the red, and we'll talk about
that next
as well. So that's going to be excellent. So, well, since you talked about Mad Men, I think we should talk about the history of happy hour. And I know that it's a very Mad Men-y type of thing, but that's actually kind of late in the happy hour history. So happy hour kind of started. Actually, we talk about sailors a lot.
We love sailors. Remember
the gin,
scurvy,
the scurvy.
What was that drink?
The screwdriver. With the screwdriver, we had the gin.
There was a gin.
The gin fizz.
Was it the gin fizz?
We had another one. We had the penicillin. Penicillin. There you go. We had a bunch of those. So sailors, obviously this started with sailors, but the odd thing is the happy hour. So 1918, like
1918.
1918.
Y'all know that. The year of the Spanish flu.
The year of the Spanish flu.
Like cheers
to the Spanish flu.
Cheers now that we're bringing the pandemic full circle. Full circle.
So round like my glass. So 1918, the Spanish flu era. Do something happy when you're on a boat. So they instituted this happy hour. That was kind of like before dinner. Kind of a time to do something
influenza
fun.
Around.
Yeah, just a little, spread it around, do something social, spread that flu.
I like it.
It didn't really involve that much drinking. It actually involved like smoking, boxing, listening to music, like doing all these weird things that were fun for sailors, I guess.
Yeah.
Don't ask me. I have no idea. But that's what it was. I'm like, oh, that's so cute. So then fast forward, not even that much, like 2 years later, the people who survived the frickin' Spanish
I was going to
flu,
say the survivors.
The survivors of what did they have to enjoy? Oh, Prohibition. Oh, that's awesome.
That's so dumb.
Right? That was so shitty. So Prohibition starts, and then happy hour became this thing where people who were a little smart were like, let's pregame before we go to the restaurants, because you couldn't drink in a restaurant. So they would go to drink in a speakeasy or at someone's home before dinner. And it was like an hour. So they're like, let's get happy. So it was like happy hour. And then 1959 is when they officially started using it, like kind of for the civilians, for those who weren't either like Navy people or those who weren't like, drinking illegally. Alcoholics. Yeah. Those who weren't illegal happy hour. Kind of like we are now. Like we're kind of like illegal happy hour. We're probably gonna Hey.
The social distance police
we have been quarantining in place together for like 2 weeks now, so we're just gonna that's what we've been. We're like a little quarantine pod.
I mean, I do nothing except
for work.
I go to work
except for having germs spat in your face.
Yeah, except to get sprayed with like coronavirus spritzers.
No, she's got a cute little Darth Vader outfit. And we might have to post it
today. I was like,
it's pretty cute. It's pretty cute.
In my 2 masks, my shield. It's unreal.
She has a full face shield, and I'm like, I want one of those because I hate my mask. I just anyway, hate it. This wine is really like, honestly, sometimes you drink a wine and you don't like it at first and it grows on you, and sometimes you drink a wine and you're drinking
opens up, and I never think of a white wine opening up.
No,
I always think of it as a red wine opening up, but I feel like this one opened up.
This one's just kind of rounder. Like maybe that vanilla's coming through now.
Well, and I also think that the wildflower honey. That is, when you first taste honey in tea, it has like I don't know, there's like all these like sharp esters that you taste. That's kind of how it tasted initially.
And then it kind of blew off.
Then it kind of...
I like it. I get it.
Your palate starts to grab it.
Your palate starts to grab it. Yeah, mine palate is grabbing it because it needed it. But I like, and sometimes also you start drinking something and you're like, I don't want it anymore. But like, this is eminently, honestly,
it's very drinkable.
It's very drinkable. And like, I had to say that with the label on the screw top, I was kind of like, ooh, like the label's fun and cute. But I was kind of like,
Well, you never know.
I'm very snobby.
So many, there's so many. I mean, you're constantly visiting the wineries.
Yes.
And
this is fun.
But I mean,
I recommend.
Yeah. And you can get this at where?
Trader Joe's and wine.com. It's available kind of everywhere. And then go on their website, because it's also lovely. I think it's drinkhappyhour.com or happy hour wine. I mean, if you look up happy hour wine, it'll pop right up. I wish I had the details, but I don't. But anyway, awesome. So cheers to that, because that is fantastic. So let's move on to talking about why companies should actually have happy hours, or actually let's start with bars. Like, why is it good for bars? Because we're very sad about the bars having been closed.
Well, I feel like so many businesses have taken a hit, and And I also think that, happy hours were this time where everybody, how we always talk about happy hours. That's that time of the day where you go from doing what you have to do to, and I feel
what
like
you freaking want to do. Yeah.
And it's an important part of anybody's day.
It is an important part of everybody's day, except for people who aren't alcoholics. But no, anybody's day. I think that transition's important. And I think, but we want to support bars that have been really hurt in this whole COVID thing. And so I think that bars, like happy hour, is a real money-making opportunity if done right. And I think that it's really great because, like, for bars, it's an opportunity to bring more people in. Yeah. Like, if you have a fantastic happy hour special, you get people in all the time. And I love bars that do it right. Like, have you been to a bar where they did it super right and then to a bar where they did it super wrong?
Yeah, absolutely. And, I've been there, I'm not going to name any names, but I've been to like cute little bars and you can't get any service and you're just, and then you've been to those places where the bartender is so on the A game.
So savvy, so smart.
And there's usually more than one, but they're on their A game and they, you just feel like they have hearth and they're taking care of you. Yeah. And you're just like, I feel so much better. I can breathe.
I can let my guard down and trust this person to make me a great drink. Yeah. So I love the ones where they have, like, I want them to have the happy hour specials. I want them to have the happy hour special that you cannot get at any other time. Mm-hmm. Like, I love that. Like, I like to know that I'm coming at a special time where like I have like, these chicken wings or whatever it is. Like, it doesn't, and it doesn't have to be highbrow at all. Just, this is a special thing that you can only get now. Right. And like, if, thing 701 comes around or 601, it's over. Like, you can't have it anymore. And I like that. I like to feel like it's special. Yeah, I do too. And then I also like when they have like a great drink special. And I think that the restaurants or the bars that do it right are the ones that actually, like, they'll try something new. Mm-hmm. And it's an opportunity to try something. People are getting it for cheap. So they're more likely to try something new. So if you're trying to introduce a new brand or whatever. And I think that's a good message, like, for our creatives of, like, if you're going to introduce something new, like, do it in kind of different, fun and festive way that's cheaper. And that can be kind of the gateway. And I think they make more money because more people buy. Like, your barriers go way down where you're like, that was a $5 drink. I'll have 6 more. Yeah, no way. Totally. Like, exactly. And like, if the drink was like 20, you'd think twice before you ordered another one, but you'll order 6 if it's 5.
Well, and it's also a different experience to have kind of that, like, nuanced where you're just like, you go in and you have this new experience and it's fun and it's limited. And then you take that away with you.
You take it with you.
You take that feeling with you. It's not like, oh my God, I spent too many hours at that bar.
No,
and like,
it was a happy hour.
And I can't even look at that place anymore.
Right.
It was like, you went in, it was the beginning of your evening, you were going to go to dinner, you were going to go do whatever.
Safe. It's like a safe thing. It's like the dates too, where it's like, it's just a drink. Like, you don't have to go into dinner. You don't have to commit. Like, I love that. Unless you get roofied and then you have to commit. You kind of automatically, then you're committing. I mean, sorry, you guys.
I can't believe
we can't be taken out in public, and we're not in public, which is pretty awesome. We're in Monte Vista Social and Swim Club. Yeah. But I think that happy hour, like, it is like, I've gone to places that I would have hesitated to go to. Yeah. I would have hesitated to commit to a whole evening there, but I'll have gone for a happy hour going, what does it hurt? I'm going to check it out. I'm going to have some $5 sliders and a $5 drink. And if this is awesome, I'll come back. Right. And that's great. And also, you don't have to commit to even sitting down. Like, I love the thing that's so fluid. Like, you can stand at the bar. You can then, and that's another good part of the happy hour, is like kind of a loosey-goosey kind of construct.
Yeah, and there is the ambiance of happy hour versus like the regular time. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's definitely kind of a transitional group, and it's like vibrant and fun and different.
Like, I love it. The people who are kind of like letting go after work and who are like, they're always in a great mood. You know what I mean? And I like that energy.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's super fun.
And you wonder, there's so much. You see people in their different outfits, and you're just like, I wonder where they were today.
Yeah.
What do they do today?
Yeah, the different tribes.
Yeah,
like, you'll have like people coming from the law firm, in the top of the building, and you have people coming from the financial thing. And then you have a couple nerds, and you have some like weird creatives who just came from like, what? Yeah. And that's what San Francisco kind of used to have. I'm gonna be a little bit neggy about that one because honestly, I feel like San Francisco has
kind of gone in the toilet.
It's kind of taken a deep dive, but it used to be that way.
Yeah,
like you used to be able to go to an Embarcadero or Soma.
But I think what happened,
or Mission,
Yeah, but I think what happened in San Francisco is that the cost of living got way too blown,
too big for their britches. Yes.
And no one could afford to live there. Mm-mm. And
least of all
creatives.
And
if you could afford to live there, you weren't really living there. You were living at work.
And you're existing.
And you were probably living on the Google campus, realistically.
Right.
But honestly, like, I feel like when you don't have communities living there and thriving there, then the communities suffer. They're not building or investing in their communities.
Totally.
And they go to shit. They go to hell in a handbasket.
They do go to hell. And exactly. And I think that a lot of these bars that do offer happy hours, like, I feel like it's like a community service that they're doing in a way.
Yeah.
Like, they are bringing in community. That's what they do. They're gathering in this kind of center. And I kind of love that, you know, here where we're filming in Larkspur, like, we have a bunch of little community bars and restaurants where we feel like, oh, this is kind of like my regular.
Yeah.
And I think it's good to have a balance. Like, it's great to have a balance that you're like, oh, if I don't know what to do on a Friday night, I'm going to go head over to the wine bar, to Perry's, or to whatever. Yeah. But it's also nice to, like, switch it up. So I think happy hour is like that opportunity. And I think it's an opportunity for everyone, you know, like, for the businesses, for the alcohol brands, for the food brands. All
it kind of reinvents, like, the places that you go to regularly. If you go to their happy hour, you're going to have a different experience.
100%. And I really like that. We've got bugs since we're outside because we're pretending to social. Yeah, we're doing the nature thing. So let's, since we were talking about people coming out of work, let's talk about how and why happy hours are so good. Like, you think don't mix work and drinking, but that's not true. I mean, other than getting trash at the Christmas party.
Yeah, I'll tell you a story, actually. So my job that I just had my 1-year anniversary. Yes.
Congratulations again.
Yeah.
By the way,
cheers.
Cheers to that, because we're about to head to Red. So let's cheers to your year.
So, you know, I was in the interview process, and this particular office that I work with,
they took you to nice happy hour.
Yeah,
and I remember I was jealous as fuck because it's a good place.
Yeah. So they had, you know, this whole lunch, you know, they used to do, like, lunch with the staff with the person that they're considering.
Right.
And my boss is out of town. He was out of town at the time. And so he says to the staff, or he says to me, he was like, I've organized a happy hour after
I can work here,
so that you can meet the staff and hang out with the staff, and they can get to know and feel good about me hiring you.
So gonna be happy.
This is like this protocol thing that they do, that they have to hang out and meet the staff. You know, you have to do this.
But that's the sign of a good place to work. Is that they have that protocol in place. Like, shit,
totally.
Shit, yeah.
So it was pretty funny because he just left his credit card with these ladies, and I say ladies because it's the only people that work there except the doctors. But
sexist, never.
Not even a little bit, right? And so
once you're in at the company, like, you can kind of get more drunk at the happy hour. I think it's like a status thing. Like, if you're the secretary and you're, like, you know, hang out, you just started and you get totally trashed, like, people are going to sit there and
they're going to make a character call.
They're going to be assholes about it. Like, they're going to judge. They're going to be judgy little whatevers. But if you're, like, the boss and you get trashed, people are just like,
oh, let's
use his credit card.
Yeah.
Or her credit card. Because, you know, female bosses get
I was like, I hope he didn't look at that bill, because they were like, we'll have another one.
Well, and you went to an expensive place, which I kind of double love.
Yeah.
Like,
it was super swank.
Right?
Super
right?
It was fun.
Awesome. So since we're talking about work, like, let's talk about why it's good for work. Like, so we just mentioned, like, that was the litmus test for you. Like, why do you need to go to happy hour with people you work with? Like, so many people think, oh my God, I work with these fuckers. Like, I don't need to spend any more time with them.
Well, you get to see their human side, right?
You get to see their human side, and you get to, like, bond. And I think it really creates, like, this company culture. Like, if your company is kind of fostering these really fun happy hours, and they're like, oh, we're going to do a fun theme, and we're all going to dress like dorks and go to this happy hour. You're like, oh, that's cute. Like, that, I can get into that, you know? I think that's a sign that a company is kind of open to, like, really taking care of their employees and making them feel like
getting to know who they are, other than
outside of the freaking
worker bee mentality, right?
100%. And I also think that it's a way, like, it's a great way to meet more people within the company that you wouldn't see, like, at your desk, or you wouldn't see, you know, like,
or in your department,
like, you get to collaborate, and that's where it gets very creative. In your cubicle. Like, this is where it gets very creative, because we always talk about creativity being like this meeting and bonding and exchanging. Guess what we just did? Oh, we just finished the Chardonnay glass, so that means we're gonna get to taste the red. So let's. Okay, you know what? We're gonna interrupt our regularly scheduled program. Talking about work, to talk about our work, which is tasting this wonderful happy hour red blend. And your happy hour starts right now. I love that. Kick off your shoes. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but don't tell us the flavors.
I'm not taking. I'm not going to tell you the flavor flavs. I'm going to pour it and we're going to check it out. Looking at the colors, I'm like red velvet cake and brownies. I don't know. We're going to check it out.
Yeah, red velvet
brownies.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Which I would mind having one.
That'd be delicious. I've been on the keto diet and I want to kill everybody right now.
Oh, so do I, and I haven't even been on it.
You're like,
I'm about to go on it because I tried on that belt and I was like,
that was depressing. That was depressing. Like, well, I had to measure my waist for the keto diet because my friend was like, I don't see you losing any weight. And I was like, bitch, even if I lost like an inch all over my fucking body, you wouldn't see it unless you're staring at me all the time.
What a rude bitch. Do I know this?
You do, but she doesn't watch this, so we're good. And I was like, I'll measure my waist. And then I was like, but now I'm traumatized, so I'll never measure it ever again.
But how would you know? You didn't measure it before. So what's the...
Well, I measured it like a couple weeks ago, so now I have to like be on the diet for another like God fucking knows how. It's depressing. It's depressing. But I can drink wine on the keto diet because I do like 0 carbs anywhere else. And I'm like good. Okay, let's taste it. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Happy Hour Wines, red blend.
Red blend.
Red blend. So it's like a surprise red blend. We're going to figure out what this is. Hopefully they tell us. I didn't read it on the label. We're going to taste it. We're
going to see what's going on here.
I suspect it changes to like accommodate the changing flavor profile.
Wow, I'm smelling some...
Well, I'm smelling gasoline because we're outside.
Oh, it is. I was like, did that just like, I was like, wow, this wine might not be safe to drink.
No,
I was like, seriously? Yeah, gasoline just went like this over, and I went,
no.
And then I was like, wow, this is like when I used to siphon gas out of my dad's truck.
Yeah, exactly. To go to happy hour.
To put in my motorcycle.
Do you know that happy hour is like illegal in some like states? Like Vermont's one of them, and then like all these other fucked up states.
Yeah, another reason why I don't live places
don't live in
like
Vermont.
That.
Weird. Okay, let's taste it. Stupid. Yeah, so this is the perils of drinking outside, like gas. I mean, I think it smells not like gas. Okay, it smells good. I mean, go on. I'm listening.
No, it tastes like a very straightforward red table wine. Maybe blend. Like a French table wine.
It does. It tastes like a little bit of a Bordeaux blend. And I believe, because I snuck a peek, I believe there's some Petit Verdot. And Petit Verdot is often in a Bordeaux blend. So I'm guessing that that's what it's... I mean, I have to say, you know what I like about it? I like that it doesn't hit you over the head.
Yeah, because a lot of the California wine... So I'll tell you.
Boom! Yeah.
I drink a lot of Spanish wines. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I drink a lot of Sicilian wine.
Well, this is not unlike your house Spanish.
The Castillo.
Yeah. This is not unlike that, right?
The Castillo has a little more of like a vanilla.
It has a little bit more of that, like when roasting in a barrel type of thing.
Yeah. But this is very similar.
It is very similar. It's similar to your Castillo because I was like, oh, it tasted something like this.
So I'm a European wine drinker for sure. I don't usually drink California wine, so this is good news for me.
This kind of works. Like you guys, Happy Hour Wines, we are kind of impressed.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look now what. Cabernet Sauvignon. Syrah. Now that's surprising. Syrah.
But you know,
I like Syrah because
this one does the same thing. It's like as you drink it.
Mm-hmm. And it's got Petit Verdot, as I said. So that's nice. It's got notes of black cherry. Agree.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Ripe raspberries. Wasn't tasting those yet. Hints of spice and vanilla.
It's starting to open. The raspberries are open.
Perfectly smooth and velvety. And they are right. They're absolutely right.
It is perfectly smooth and velvety. I would agree with that.
It is very smooth and velvety.
It reminds me very much of a European wine.
It really does. No, I'm really.
What's the price point on this?
I wish I knew. We got it for free. Thank you.
Fate of Happy Hour Wines.
I mean, Happy Hour Wines. Thank you.
Happy Hour Wines.
I don't know. I should have done that research. I did all this research. I did this whole cute thing about jolly and happy, and then what do? I don't look at the price. I'm guessing it is. We have bugs. Like this is nature.
Mean, if you guys really want this wine, we could probably negotiate some discounts. We could probably negotiate some discounts.
Could we? We probably could.
Don't you think?
We think we could. We think we're special that way. We could do a happy hour special. So So I'm liking that. So I'm kind of a snobby bitch. And I have to say, when I first looked at the label, I was kind of not that into it because it's just not my aesthetic. But you know what I like? I like that they're having fun. I like that it's like a happy, fun label that's just like not taking itself seriously. And honestly, it's a very solid wine, and I kind of like that.
But I do that. I will purposely buy. So there's a thing that I think some of the old wineries in Europe, you know, they'll have those like really fancy labels.
Yeah, like super old fashioned. Everything's
with like
classical.
the cursive writing.
Has to be that font. Yeah, it has to be that. Yeah.
And you know, sometimes you get those wines and you're like, ooh, this looks so
good. And that's nasty.
And it's nasty.
Yeah, it's nasty.
And you're just like,
it's nasty.
You're just like, yeah. And then sometimes I'll get some of the kind of pop culture-y, which I'm surprised you didn't like that because this is so pop culture-y.
I used to like a wine called Bitch. Have you seen that wine called Bitch? It was like a pink label and it just had bitch on it. And then on the back, all the writing just said bitch, 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 bitch. And I'll tell you what, I bought it quite a few times just because of the label. But
was it good wine?
It was okay. It was drinkable. Yeah. It was drinkable. But honestly, I have to say, I mean, this is very pleasant. And I mean, how fun is this? Like, we would buy it again just to distribute to people at one of our happy hours, I have to say. Totally. Right? Like, we would do that because that's branded to us. We're like, it's our wine. It's our wine.
It's our wine, guys.
It's our wine, guys. So, yeah. So, let's keep talking. Speaking of, like, what we would do at our work events that we would talk about. So, yeah, the work, like, it's an opportunity, a happy hour to, like, branch out, right? Branch out, see your coworkers for what they can contribute in a different realm. See them for the people that they are instead of the office drone, right? And I think it's really great. And it's really a good way, of like showing that your company culture isn't all one dimensional.
Yeah, you don't want one dimensional. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, we did that one evening. Another time, you know, my coworkers were like, hey, we're going to go down the street and have a glass of wine. Do you want to come? And I was like, I don't know. You know, and they were like, well, and they kept like, come on, you should come with us. And I ended up going. And the next day I remember telling the woman in finance, I was like, I'm so glad we did that. We needed to do that. You know,
I think that often you do need to do that.
I was like,
it's like a reset sometimes.
Like I did. I talked to different people that I don't normally talk to because they're in the front office and I'm in the back office.
I love that.
And I did feel like I kind of reconnected to the theme or the team 100%. Of the office. Like it was
100%. It's a reconnection. Like I think it's like a reset. It's like a weird reset, back to what we're supposed to be doing. Like, I don't know. I just kind of like it. And I think that it's really an opportunity. And it's just and also, at the worst possible case scenario, like you can always blackmail people after they got trashed at happy hour. I'm just saying, like that's it could be worse, right? I know. So as you always say that happy hour is that time between
what you have to do
and what you
want to do.
Ta-da! I think that that's major. So I think that happy hour is not a time that should be squandered. Like, I think that there is like a right way to happy hour. You know what I mean? Like, I think that
you should go into it with like good intentions. I mean, you shouldn't go to happy hour like, I want to go to happy hour. Like, don't go to happy hour if you can't be happy.
If you're gonna be a miserable bitch, like, don't go to happy hour.
Go and be. I think it's like, as far as I'm concerned, it's a time to kind of be open to. No, that doesn't mean like go home with the next guy that smiles at you.
Don't feel guilty.
Like if you do that, you want to hear about it because
shit, we do.
Then never
we don't do that. I know. We're like, we don't do that anymore. So we're like, whatever. But
so if you guys do it, we want to know because
we do want to.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
It's called vicarious.
Yeah, vicarious. We want. Yeah.
So but I think that there's a way of going into it. Like I think you go into it with intention, and I think especially like if you're a creative, right? You're going into it, you're like, okay, I was just at my boring ass job.
Yeah.
Right? Or your job that you're like, right, soul sucking maybe, or maybe you're just like, you've been working your ass off. Like disconnect. When you go to happy hour, like do not drag your job with you.
Your sorry ass job with you.
Right. But if you got people from work, like kind of keep a little professional.
Well, it's so cool when you go to a happy hour and you meet people, you get ideas because you talk to people you wouldn't normally talk to. And
you do. And this is something that I wanted to point out because you've got two different happy hours. You've got like your job happy hour and you've got your friend happy hour.
Yeah.
And I think there are different ways to negotiate each one. So maybe we should talk about that. So if you're at your job happy hour, you're right. Like talk to as many people as you can.
Yeah.
Don't sit there and talk to the same people that you hang out with, like around the water cooler, because that's not what you're doing. You're literally trying to make new connections.
Yeah.
Right? And you're trying to have fun that way. And also stay professional, kind of. Because even though you're not dragging your job, like there's a way of opening yourself up and showing what you do outside of work.
I mean, if you're like a dungeon master, you don't need to show anybody what you do outside of work.
But you might find somebody who's a fan. I mean, I don't know. I'm not judging.
It's a business.
It's a business. I'm not judging. Like, you know.
Okay, I'm not judging.
But I think that when you're doing like a happy hour with friends, like that's a different thing. I think that with friends, like happy hour has its own like meaning? Like what do you see a happy hour with friends? Like what's that for?
Well, it's to catch up.
Yeah, to catch up.
It's like to catch up. It's like you're like, what's been going on? You know, like did your divorce finalize? Like what happened?
Like our friend Rachel Hollis, who got divorced after we pitched in her book. And
I didn't mean to bring up any like bad
girl
feelings.
Wash your face and call your divorce lawyer.
Yeah.
Oh.
Girl, call your lawyer.
Oh, girl, call your lawyer. So sorry to hear about that. We're not. No. So so catching up.
Well, you know why that happened though?
Because she would
go out to dinner and drinks with her friends and then do the treadmill after in the middle of the night.
She wouldn't even
remember?
Drink though, would she? She wouldn't drink.
I don't know.
I think she's having Diet Cokes with her bitches.
Yeah, but she'd go to dinner
and then do the treadmill
and then come home
instead
to
of fucking her husband. Yeah, that's what we have to say.
I would divorce her too.
I would divorce.
If she went to the treadmill instead of me,
I would have divorced her as like
over.
To start, like I would have divorced her as
I would never accept that shit.
Never. It's not okay.
You would choose a treadmill over me.
You do not. No.
Sorry.
I'm better than a treadmill. God damn it. So we so catching up with your friends.
Catching up, finding out what's going on.
I think that finding out what's going on is like so nice because sometimes you don't see your friends for a while. You don't like getting
especially when you're in a global pandemic.
Global pandemics suck.
Yeah,
like in terms of catching up, they make it kind of impossible.
It's not easy.
It's not, and Zoom happy hours are not the same. Like I think when you see your friend and like they're Rachel Hollis and they're trying to lie about their divorce, you might be able to believe them when you're on a Zoom call, but then you see that bitch in person and you know she's getting divorced. Like you know it because she's off the Diet Coke and onto like something, right?
Yeah, vodka and
Red Bull. I think that's her drink of choice. That's my guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that like meeting up with your friends, seeing them, catching up, and also again, like loosening up a little bit. Like if anything bad happened that week, you know, being able to download. If anything good happened that week, being able to celebrate. Like I think that's major. That's the
meeting
best.
up with your friends, it's kind of like you vent it out so that you can leave with a clean slate. You know, you're just like you kind of you air the.
Yes.
What is it? You air the
dirty laundry? No.
Yeah, the sheets. I don't know. You kind of air things out so that you can start over again.
Start fresh.
Start screwing up other things in your life.
Totally. Yeah, because we're all gonna screw up things in our life and we know that. But like and also like I like that end of the week or midweek. Like I like that our happy hour is on Mondays because Monday's kind of a shitty ass day of the week. Yeah. So we get to do that like, okay, what were the good things from my weekend? What were the hideous things from the first day back? And then like how can we kind of strategize for the rest of work. Here's one little thing I want to say about happy hour because like we've got a captive audience here because you're stuck with me, I'm stuck with you, we're stuck with like the camera.
Yeah.
But some people go to happy hour with their friends and they'll end up like either like going home with the bartender or they'll end up like talking only to the people next to them. Yeah. And I think there's a little bit of like happy hour etiquette that needs to be done.
You can't just squander happy hour is what we're trying to say. No.
If you're going with your friends, like you're hanging out with your friends.
So I'm one of these people that call me crazy. I'll go to Left Bank. Like, let's say, my daughter would be at ballet or she would be with her dad for the evening or something, and I'm hungry. I would go to Left Bank and sit at the bar and have a glass of wine, have a salad niçoise or whatever.
You know what I think? I think that's
some
pommes
frites. Yeah. And, and then I don't know how many times I've struck up conversations next to me.
Yeah.
And,
but when you're alone, that's a great thing to do.
And and I'll bring my book. I'll bring my book to the bar. I mean, it's not something that I haven't done, but if someone's like, hey, well, what are you reading or what's going on? I've had wonderful conversations.
Oh, hell yeah. And I think the conversations are amazing, but I think like when you're with your friends, I think there needs to be a little balance between, the conversation that you're having with your friend and then trying to like totally, pick up on somebody next to you. Like it gets offensive for your friend. I think like understanding that we're all in this together, like the fact there's a happy hour, it's like this time that's limited. So how do we kind of feel like we're all in it together? So I think that like it's great to actually do the drink special, like have the drink special, all try something together. Right?
Yeah, because that inspires the bartender or whoever created that drink to continue to be creative and do
to continue to give you more drinks because like if they're, I think that that's great. I think also it's fun to do more creative things during happy hour. So you can like, you know, do along with happy hour, you can do games, you can do like painting in happy hour. But I think, and you can even like listen to music, but I think it has to be something where it doesn't impact too much the fact that you're having a conversation.
Right.
Because I think the conversation is major.
It's key.
It's key. But
it's a lost art.
It is a lost art. But like I do like I do like the kind of creative, you know, packaging of a happy hour, like having the theme. I like the fact that like people get dressed up for happy hour. Like they make an effort.
I love that. I love people that wear lots of lipstick to happy hour.
It feels special.
I mean, the thing is like what to not do at happy hour. Don't sit on your phone at happy hour.
Yes, no, that's a crime.
Like, do not go on. You know what I heard? It's funny. I was talking to somebody, actually one of my clients that when I worked with Farmwood and I sold this reclaimed wood floor to this guy, and he was pretty high up in Instagram.
Oh, okay.
And I don't remember his name or anything.
Now that we're like slaves to Instagram,
yeah,
that's good to know.
But he was saying, you know, and I was kind of like new on Instagram, and I was like, oh, what are the peak times to, you know, post? And I was asking him all these questions.
It'd be good to remember those things right now.
And he was saying essentially that Friday at happy hour was prime time because, and this was his reasoning. He said, people are at happy hour and they're waiting for their friends to show up to meet them.
Okay.
So they're posting shit.
Okay, but once your friend shows up, get the fuck off the phone.
I don't know if that's still an accurate.
I don't know. I'm curious now.
But,
see, I wish I knew. Like we knew, we'd probably do better on Instagram.
You know, I thought it was really interesting though because I was like, "What's the prime time?" And he was like, "Well, apparently it's this time
Friday happy hour.
Friday at happy hour."
I like it. I think that's
like
cool.
Friday at 5 o'clock, essentially.
Yeah, no, I think that you're right. Like waiting for your late ass friend. Like try not to be late to happy hour too because it's like a limited thing. But but I think that like
test this out. Like this Friday, you might test this out.
Yes, I'm gonna post something about happy hour. It's gonna be beautiful. I like that. I think that works a lot. But yeah, no, I think that like if you're creative, like find creative ways to enjoy happy hour more. Find creative ways to make happy hour work for you, and find like really be in the moment. Like really enjoy it so that you can be like, yeah, this is really that transition between one thing and the other, and like be open to those creative possibilities that we always talk about.
Yeah,
you know, be open to them because if you go to happy hour and you leave happy hour feeling exactly the way that you did when you went to happy hour, you did happy hour wrong.
I agree. So, you know, I remember one time I was meeting people in the city in San Francisco, and I had this dress that somebody, I don't know, one of my girlfriends had got it. It was kind of like a vintage, I don't even know. It was almost like,
you can't even describe it.
Well, it was vintage. It was kind of like knee length. It was fitted. It was green. Cute. It was satin. It was like emerald green. It was satin.
I like emerald green.
And
that's one of your colors.
And it had kind of this like bow in the back. I mean, it was, and it came up like, what do you call that? Where it comes up here and then it had like kind of thick straps.
Like kind of
Anyway, it was super cute.
It was like a halter. Was it a halter?
Kind of like, yeah, it was kind of like that. And anyway, it was kind of fitted. And then I'd been wanting to wear this dress, but it was too fancy to wear. It was almost
something fancy.
It was a little border on. So anyway, I'm dying to wear this dress. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna wear this dress.
Shit, yeah.
I put the dress on and I wear these crazy ass like black boots, black leather knee boots with some belt. I don't even know, like it did some kind of crazy, like to tie it together so it would be a little bit more casual. But I remember people were like, oh my God, what are you wearing?
It's so awesome.
And it was just like, I'm showing up to happy hour. And
the way I felt like the way it should be.
It was almost like it was like a persona that it was like, I'm going to show up like this other character of myself, right?
Yeah,
I like that. Like this aspect of myself.
Well, that's why I like
I
the
had
theme.
So much fun that night.
Yeah, that's why I like showing up to happy hour like on a theme.
Yeah.
Showing up like dressed up, showing up in costume, showing up and be like, I'm going to order these drinks that I don't normally order. I think it's such an opportunity because you know what? If it didn't work out, if that dress like was a disaster, if that outfit or if that drink was bad, it's one happy hour. Like you can do this, you know, you can be that.
No, it was super fun.
I love that.
It was super fun.
I love that. I think that's
and I don't know that I ever wore the dress ever again, but that
was a fucking ass.
It was a great dress. That was a fun time.
I like it.
Can't get my ass in that dress if I tried now. I don't even know if I have that dress anymore. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna look.
I need you to look for that dress because you're gonna wear it for like one of our happy hours, and it's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was good. Like, I think that we don't have anything else to say. Like, we have to catch up somewhere, but we're not going to catch up.
We want to promote happy hours because especially now we have a lot of anger, a lot of grief. There's
happy hours bring people together.
A lot of illness. There's a lot of tension and intensity in our culture right now.
Happy hours are fun and light and bring people together.
And people need each other. They need to come together in happy ways too. And
yes, like the best happy hours are inclusive. You know, I love that, like the different price points, the different, like, it brings people together.
Yeah,
and I think that is really crucial right now for sure. And I think that, like,
it's anecdotal.
It is, oh my God, it's like a total. And it, like, after something like this, after like this whole pandemic thing, I mean, we'll probably be shut down in about a minute anyway.
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
At least, right. But at least we feel like it's really important. Like, the minute you can go to happy hour, we would say do go to happy hour, even if you have to wear a mask to your table.
Support your bars.
Support your
wine bar. Support your local restaurants.
Support your wines if you want to drink at home. We don't care. And you can do a happy hour at home. Like, you can do like, there are ways, like all of the stuff we told you guys today. Like, you can use those ideas to make happy hours at home way more fun. Like, look at us. We're at the Monte Vista Social and Swim Club, and we've made it special by being here outside and having our special drinks. Thematic, awesome, made an effort, showed up. There you go.
There you go. But I don't know what else you want from us.
What else do you want from us? Like, what do you want?
I mean, again, we'd like to make a shout out to
Happy Hour Wines. Thank you infinitely. You have spoiled us.
Go to Trader Joe's. Go to wine.com.
Exactly.
Get it.
Drink it. Review it. Play with the app.
Yeah.
And
we love it.
We do love it. We do love it. Bravo. And we will see you, all of you, next time. Cheers.